Oh no.
Let's go. We're freaking
begin.
in it.
All right.
Freaking Dark Souls, you know the stuff. The things, the jams. Do you wear pajamas?
I'm literally wearing pajamas as we speak.
What the hell? Why do you wear pajamas? Who wears okay, vote. I don't know if anyone in the chat is still here and conscious enough because we just came back from break. Do you wear pajamas? Do you wear PJs? I don't wear pajamas. I haven't worn them since I was, what, 8? You don't know the answer to that. I don't know why I'm asking any of you. Yeah. I haven't worn them since probably 8. I'm assuming. It's just a guess. Why are you wearing pajamas?
I literally always wear pajamas.
Why do you wear?
We've hung out so many times and you've only just now noticed.
Why are you wearing jammies?
I just do. They're comfortable.
They are comfortable. For some reason, my mind was like, "What are you doing? You don't have any Pikmin." I was like, "You can't just go attack him. You won't deal damage to him." I don't know why. I genuinely thought that. It's not even a joke. That's worrying. A lot of things are worrying when I think about my own mind. I'm just like, I had that thought. My mind did that. Yeah. It shouldn't. No. But
I'm of the Digibro school of thought where if it's comfortable, I will wear it, and therefore I will only wear pajama pants because they are the most comfortable.
Would you wear a pillow?
Of course I'd wear a pillow.
That's cool.
Like if you could just wear a pillow, that'd be the best.
That's neat. Yeah, I don't wear pajamas. Actually, in college, I would just wear pants. When I go to sleep, I would wear cargo pants, and I'd do that so that I could keep my phone in my back pocket and it wouldn't fall out because I'd have like the button or something. Because I'd use my phone as an alarm because I shared a room with 3 other people for the first year. Yeah. And so I was like, I was also a top bunk, so if I had my alarm go off, it'd be waking up the guy in the bottom bunk who my desk was right next to. Every time it would wake me up, and probably him more than me. So I had to improvise, and so that's what I do. I'd have my cargo pants on. I just sleep like that, and it just after like the first 2 days, it didn't bother me at all, and people thought it was weird. I don't do it anymore though. Luckily, now I just sleep with like little what do you say, track shorts, I guess. Yeah. Or track pants, depending on if it's winter. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I fucked that up.
Nice.
I did that way too early. It's okay, I'm good.
That guy cannot be backstabbed.
No, he cannot because he has armor on his butt because they adapted.
Evolution.
It's evolution at its finest.
It's literally just evolution.
Literally just evolution.
Yeah. Those might be scales.
Oh no, I should have.
We just think that it's iron. It might be scales. It's a scaly. That was scary.
Yeah, that was actually very scary. I shouldn't have turned right there to heal. I should have just healed on the elevator. I'm a fool.
Whoa, look at that. Average Will is naked right now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Stop looking at it though. It's gross.
What?
He chose a good time.
New Game Plus, and it's a shoulder patch, and he was buffed. Yeah, of course that would have one-shot me. It will help. Yeah, that makes sense. Everything adds up there.
Ivan, do you wear jammies?
Do you wear pajamas?
I need to know this.
All the way fucking back here.
Why are we all the way back here?
This is the last spot fire we rested at. That's why.
Ludicrous. How did we get to Anne Orlando from here?
Warp. I warped to the sun. No, warping.
Really? Oh, that's right. Of course.
All right, there we go.
She went down like a feather.
Anyway, so for those in the audience that are watching, I believe that this could be the last
stream we ever do.
Yeah.
The jammies is gonna tear us apart. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Anyway, I think we can actually complete every achievement in this episode. Mm-hmm. There's technically two remaining. Mm-hmm. one for the Dark Ending, and one for Knight's Honor. So really literally all that's in our, well, yeah, so 3 technically.
The last one is just get every achievement. So in theory, 2.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, well, in practice.
and my thinking is we've already done all the setup we can possibly do. Literally the only thing we need to do at this point is just kill a bunch of bosses.
Knight's Honor is where you have to get a bunch of items, like sort of unique items, as well as boss items and all that whatnot. You just have to get them.
Yeah, you just have to have all of them in your inventory at once,
Yes.
and then you will get the achievement. It's a bitch because you have to kill Sif 3 times.
It's very arbitrary with somebody
Sif is
like
our final
Robin.
boss for today. Hopefully, with this stream might run a little longer than normal.
It's lucky that, hey, guess what? Frickin' Labor Day is coming up tomorrow, so we don't have work, so we're actually able to safely be like, okay, maybe we
Oh
could
god,
just,
lag. Why? Why is it lag?
That was incredible.
What?
That was too much.
Oh god, there's so much lag.
Where did you get a shitty burger from? Anywhere interesting?
Why is there so much lag?
I don't know.
Like, what do I have open that's making it lag like this? Nothing. I shouldn't have anything open. I close everything.
No, what we want to do is, or at least that I want to do, is have it be we switch the hot seat back and forth. Honestly, I hope that one day we'll be able to like do maybe like multiple games where it's like I play a game, then Ivy plays a game, then I play a game again, or like I play a game, Ivy plays a game, and Ivy plays another game. You know, that we can extend it out. I don't know. I hope like one day we can do 6 hours.
Yeah, one day we can do like a 24-hour stream where we just go back and forth all day.
We just go back and forth.
And we're dead by the end. You just see us literally die on stream and then we get banned for showing death on stream.
It's not your fault if you die.
It's not your fault if you throw up, you still get banned.
Yeah. You could drink frickin' Pepto-Bismol. You can't drink like a life antidote. You can't drink a health potion. Uh-oh.
I almost died there. Next Tom game? I thought I was playing Bionicle Heroes.
We don't. There's a handful of games that are in like the.
They're just sort of in limbo of who's gonna play
That's
them.
a very good way to put it, actually. Yeah.
All the picnic games are set for Tom, just because he hasn't played them, and I've played them all like too much. So I don't think it would be as interesting as the first playthrough.
Yeah.
Some of the more obscure games, I'd be more down to play. Although some of them you might want to play.
Yeah. As well, we're also hoping for a couple of co-op games, such as Lego Batman.
Lego Batman is definitely going to be a thing at some point. I've now actually acquired those ROMs necessary for that.
I'm actually really giddy.
We could do that next, actually.
I don't know why it's got me in such a good mood, but
Although we could also do Bionicle Heroes next, though.
Yeah.
Because my thinking with it is just because I'm gonna have to explain so much lore. Because that's the whole point, is that I'm explaining all the lore to you while playing this terrible tie-in game that I love dearly.
Star Wars 1 and 2 are great. Those are good. Those are very good games. Just saying. Sorry, go on.
Yes, I also have those games. I just specifically wanted to do Lego Batman because that's one I've been wanting to replay for a long time.
I have fond memories of Batman for the DS. So, which version would we be playing? Wii or was it Wii?
For Lego Batman?
Yeah, Lego Batman.
I don't know if I could set up Wii controllers.
Which one was it though? What console?
It's on Wii and PS2. So
Okay, gotcha.
so I have both ROMs. So we could do both theoretically.
Yeah.
Or either theoretically. Fine.
So it's going to be a pretty different experience from what I played, most likely.
Yeah.
Because usually that's how
I
it
think
goes.
it's like mostly the same game for the PS2. It's just like some of the controls are slightly different.
You know what's interesting? Some games are so different between consoles.
Yeah.
I played
Even within some of the Lego games, actually.
I played Star Wars: The Force Unleashed on Wii and Xbox 360. They're
They're completely different
entirely
games.
different. it was mind-boggling. They had completely different cutscenes, some different characters, entirely different areas. It was like, what the heck?
Yeah, Xbox releases are technically the most optimal LEGO games out of all of them, but they did not release any of the first few for the 360, I don't think.
Yeah.
At least I don't think. Don't quote me on that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Anyway, what I was gonna say before, just like quickly, is that for Bionicle Heroes, I think it would make sense to have me playing just because it would be a faster playthrough, because I know all the like tricks and stuff, and I'd be able to show off lots of cool glitches.
Oh yeah, no, that would be interesting. For Batman 2, you can't get the DLC.
Oh yeah, the DLC isn't fucking available on any console except the Xbox.
There's DLC?
Yeah, for some of the LEGO games, some of the later ones.
When did Batman 2 come out? Last year?
I think that was like the last one on the Wii, actually.
On the...
Or no.
It was in that era?
No, yeah, it was the last one on the Wii before the Wii U came out.
But it was in that era?
I think. 2012.
Really? I can't believe that. I'm actually surprised. I had no idea.
Fuck, it's so hard to do on a keyboard, because I have to... Every time, it's like... And it's so weird.
Just for... Dab on him.
Time to teleport all the way back.
What? Oh,
Maybe I should kill those pigs.
Danny would know.
Danny would know what? Oh. Yeah, he would know.
It looked like what you did, so that's why I did it. I don't remember which it is. I just know that Danny does that over people to
I'm
show
just trying
disrespect.
I'm just trying to do Duke skip so that I don't have to deal with all the extra bullshit in this area, so I could just run to C.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got it that time, which is annoying, but I died because I was too low, so I was really close to the ground.
Mm-hmm. That statement makes sense.
Oh, yeah, Lego Batman 2 is technically an open world, slightly. It like has an open world. 'Cause this is something some of the like mid-era Lego games did. Is they would have an open world, and then there would be individual levels that you get to from the open world.
Oh, I think
sort of
Lord
like
of the Rings was like that.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings was also like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an expansion of the hub worlds, because Lego Star Wars 3 sort of was the start of this, I think, because that had a very large and intricate hub world, and then after that they were just like, yeah, let's just make all the hub worlds the entire game. And Lego Batman 2 was specifically cool because it was just all of Gotham, but the rest of the game isn't like as good. Just like in tonally, and also they like add a lot of the other DC characters, and I hate superheroes aside from Spider-Man and Batman.
I was gonna say Spider-Man.
Those are my only superheroes that I like
Let's
and
go.
appreciate in any way.
I've one thing to say though. Lord of the Rings, I believe that's the first one they added voice acting in, right?
No, it was Lego Batman 2.
Okay.
That was the first one.
Did Lord of the Rings have voice acting?
Lord of the Rings did?
It
Yeah,
did,
it
yes.
did.
That annoyed
Because that
me.
one, that was the one. No, that was the last one on the Wii. Because that one came right after Batman 2, and then like the next ones were like on the Wii U, and I think there was Lego Hobbit.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, well, Pirates of the Caribbean was before Lego Batman 2.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
My timelines are
Actually, funny story.
messed up.
That's the one. That's the only Lego game that I've actually fully 100%. The other games have only ever come up to like 98 or 99.
I've never touched that game. I've never actually
I
seen
really
it.
love Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've never seen
It's
it.
mostly because I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Because I love pirates. But also like
What about pirate board games?
the Pirates of the Caribbean board game. If you don't know, there's a Pirates of the Caribbean board game, and it is an experience.
Yeah.
I cannot describe it any other way. Shit.
I'm trying to think. I played I think the most recent Star Wars
The
game I
hub
played.
world is a little disappointing, yeah. I wish there were like, you could just be at, like, hang out on the boats. That would be cool.
I think the
Yeah,
most-
Masters of the Sea. We should do a Masters of the Sea stream.
I don't know what that is. Is that the board game?
That's the pirate board game.
Oh, okay.
Pirates board
It's a
game.
horrible idea, but
No,
we could.
it's a great idea. It's like the perfect niche appeal. Like, cause we just do weird things that no one's heard of.
It's true. It makes me happy.
All right, there we go.
Let's go.
Now I don't have to do any of the rest of the area. I can just go straight to the end.
We did it. Friendship reigned true in the
I
end.
love that skip because this is my least favorite area in the entire game.
Wow. But one thing I was gonna say, I think
It's annoying to do though. It sometimes takes me like an hour.
Yeah, I think the last Lego game I ended up playing was Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I guess.
Lego Star Wars 3, yeah. Lego Star Wars 3 is...
Oh, is 3 the Clone
it's just,
Wars?
yeah, 3 is the Clone Wars.
I didn't know if it was Complete Saga was 3.
No, Complete Saga is technically the third one,
Yes.
but it's just a compilation of the first two games.
It has
for
some
the newer system.
its own unique
It
things.
has a few unique things,
Yeah.
but it's mostly the same thing.
Kerplunk? I don't know it.
Can I level up? I should probably repair some stuff,
I
actually.
hope I don't, but we could probably repair some stuff. Oh, repairing comes easy around here.
No, definitely not.
Souls are born cheap.
Kerplunk.
Kerplunk? Sounds more familiar, but I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't play a lot of board games. I only play D&D and Masters of Thee. Those are my two exceptions. Well, I mean, D&D isn't technically a board game. It's a tabletop game, which there's a
agree.
distinction.
I highly agree. Board games, tabletop, and then card games are all like separate.
They're all different things. I hate card games, though. Except for golf. That's the only card game that I enjoy.
I like trading card games, but only for collecting the cards and not playing
yeah,
them.
trading card...
Which is a horrible thing. It's the worst possible possibility.
Well, the first thing I hate about trading card games is how much money that they cost.
Yes, exactly.
The second thing I hate is that you have to know like everything about every card to know how to play at all.
I hate competitive anything. Card games are one of the worst.
Yeah,
It is awful. But
especially
when I just-
some of the games that
Yeah.
some of our friends who were very into card games in high school
Yeah.
would play, where they were fucking aggressively slapping the table, and someone
Egyptian rat screw.
broke their nail doing that once. It was like crazy.
Egyptian rat screw.
Is that
the
what it's
game.
called?
Yep.
Okay.
There's that one where, oh boy, this is scary.
Connect 4 on stream. It looks like a 6 stream.
What about Connect 4D?
Play tic-tac-toe on stream.
Connect 4D.
4D.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 3D tic-tac-toe. It's right on my shelf over there. I don't know if you can find it because it's probably hidden somewhere, but it's on my shelf over there.
I'm not gonna try. So I'm trying to process that thing, and I don't want.
You're trying to process what 3D tic-tac-toe entails?
Yes. I'm like, is there like
It's very interesting.
an invisible centerpiece? I don't know.
No.
Cube.
It makes more sense when you look at it. Yeah, Bionicle lore, I'm gonna need to read up on because I'm rusty. So I'll do that for like a week. Good thing I did actually find a good resource for doing that, so I'm gonna be doing that. But yeah, Bionicle Heroes is gonna be cool. I love
Yeah.
just like, cause like I'll get more into my thoughts on that game once we get to that game, cause I want to do like a really in-depth review on it after we're done using all our footage.
Oh my lord.
Just cause like it's such an interesting game in so many ways.
I mean, I can't think of anyone better
Oh no.
to portray this. The role of Bionicle than you, I guess.
I mean, I'm not a very like well-researched Bionicle lore aficionado.
I'm gonna
but,
call
like,
you a fanatic though, even if you're not.
I do have a lot of Bionicles. I'm really close to completing my collection, actually. Like, I almost have every single Bionicle 100% complete.
You can't see
I'm really
it,
close.
but it's the original above.
Oh yeah, I do have the
thing.
six. I do have the 6
original
Toamata right
cast.
there.
modeled.
You can just grab them.
No, I don't want to, because they're modeled and positioned.
Oh yeah, they're positioned. I specifically modified them to give them neck articulation so that I could pose them in the way that they appear on the back of the Bionicle books.
Yeah, fanatic.
You can just pick one up though.
I will pick one up.
Yeah, just pick up Tahu. Tahu. Use his function.
He's waving.
You can swing him. You can swing his sword harder than that. Don't be a bitch.
I'm a bitch. I bitched out. Okay, I'm not proud of it.
He's almost. He's only like.
Listen, he was supposed to be waving. He swung his sword at the audience.
He's only an 18-year-old set, you know.
I meant to do.
He's only 18 years old. He can take a beating.
He's legal.
He's legal. That's actually fucking crazy. Tahu is legal.
Wow. What a world. Fair enough, though. But yeah.
I mean, once I trying to explain the distinction between Bionicles and robots within the lore of Bionicle is one of the. There are canonically robots and Bionicles are different entities in the story.
Really? That's too much.
Yeah, it gets fucking weird.
I can't handle
There's a lot of shit.
I can't handle this. It's too much. I love it though. I do enjoy your fanaticism. It is fun. It's a romp and a good time. But yeah, it'll definitely be. I think it'll be fun to get to the Lego games because Bionicle is technically.
Yeah, Bionicle is technically one of the it's technically the second Lego game ever created.
So, yeah, that'll be interesting to tackle. That'll be fun.
I don't know if thing is Bionicle lore is mostly chronological, aside from a few instances. Actually, no, Toe 2 yet exists. Never mind. It is as complicated as fucking Kingdom Hearts bullshit.
Is there a time skip?
No, there's just a lot of multi-dimensional bullshit at some points.
Oh boy.
We'll get to it.
We will get to it.
Oh! Well, another freebie.
Fake play.
I don't even know why I did that. I just did that like subconsciously. I didn't even process that I was doing that at all. I wasn't even trying to do that.
I forgot.
But now we have two.
Oh, his tail is fun and lovely. That's great.
I was legitimately not trying to do that. Why did I do that?
Just to brag, just to show off. To say, hey, look what I can do. No hands or no tail. Those would even better. It's not really. Is this one the real Moonlight Greatsword?
This is the real Moonlight Greatsword.
Oh, it's Dark Souls 2 that is the
Yeah, the stupid fake one.
That's what I was.
That does not pure magic damage. You need heal. Oh fuck! It was so close.
No cigar.
Yeah. There's a mask that is literally the most powerful mask in existence because its power is that it has infinite powers. Or can potentially have infinite powers.
What the heck?
Oh yeah. That is ironically destroyed by its own power. And that is how it is taken care of.
Well, okay then, fair enough. Bionicle is strange. Bionicle is...
You don't understand how strange Bionicle is.
You're right, I don't understand it. I don't plan to. I'll be honest with you.
The thing is, for like the first 2 years, it's all pretty easy. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's just like, fuck. Or like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Bionicle's been around for a while, so that's scary.
It was around for 9 years. Because it was 2000... No, 10 years. Yeah. Because 2001 to 2010 was the original run. And then they had the reboot in 2015, 2016, and then they just canceled them again. Because they were like, we could just make Star Wars.
They could make Star Wars.
And then they did.
They did.
I still want that Boba Fett figure, but I haven't gotten it. I only recently realized that it existed, and now I want it. Masks... Yeah, they are kind of like equipable superpowers, but only to specific people. Or specific, like...
I hope so.
Well, specific, Like, you have to be a certain thing in order to actually utilize them.
I look up and see their masks complement their bodies. So if they just had random colored masks,
They're not they're not only equipable, but they're also collectible, because each one of those masks you see up there, those come in all 6 of those colors, all of them, and more.
Oh my lord, lordy Lou and hack above.
And actually collecting the masks is part of the story at the start. Is just them collecting masks.
That's neat. That's fun.
Not really. I don't think there is. Because like the mask powers after a point just sort of become like it's more so that you just have your mask and you have your one mask, because the powers get so ridiculous at some points. Because like the first few masks are mostly like pretty straightforward, and then some of the later ones are just like ridiculous.
No.
There's some ludicrous ones. I don't want to get to the big one because it's stupid.
That's fine.
And that's a whole rant on in and of itself.
It's okay.
I mean, yeah, there's sort of bionicle power scaling, but sort of not. I don't know.
Well then, this is just a taste of what is to come. It'll be much worse.
I'm trying like to explain as little as possible.
Because holding yourself back.
I'm really holding myself back.
Yeah. This isn't even my true form. My full potential.
Potential.
You don't potential. You don't even understand. I don't understand. I'll be honest. Actually, I don't have a clue. So I'll be there with you guys, suffering. Don't worry. We'll all be there together.
Suffering through my poor explanations because I'm bad at explaining things.
Suffering from just mind-bending explanations of nonsense and dreary with bionicles.
It's my least favorite area specifically because all of the enemies have ranged attacks that do too much damage.
I agree with
that. That is my only reason.
I've always been annoyed.
Otherwise, the area is fine. Traversing is not my problem. It's just the enemies.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Like if they did a little bit less damage, I would be like it would be a fine area. I'd like it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh hey, here's an arrow. There's half your health. Have fun with that. And it's like, stop, please.
We stopped talking about bionicles. Get out of here.
Yeah. Stop.
Don't start it again.
We can't keep talking
Please.
about bionicles.
Oh boy, are they. The bequeath.
Oh yeah, that is.
Shh. Stop it.
Yeah, no, I won't.
No.
I won't.
It's done. It's over for now. But yeah. It'll be cool. And also, another thing, Jet Set.
Ah, yes, Jet Set
Absolutely
Radio.
Is on the list. Jet Set Radio.
We will get to that. It'll be like a one-day thing. We'll beat it like that day.
We'll see. I'd like Daniel to be there, but I don't know.
1001? That's annoying. I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
Why am I so hungry? I just ate like a big bowl of pasta.
I don't know.
My body confuses me sometimes.
Are you hungry for words?
Yes.
No. Hungry for words.
Sorry for...
Huh?
That's a reference to Metal Gear Awesome. Only people who are around from Newgrounds will understand that. Wink. You know what I'm talking about? You're a Newgrounds or what?
I am a Newgroundser. I don't remember what you're talking about though.
Metal Gear Awesome 1.
Oh, Metal Gear Awesome 1. I didn't actually watch a lot of the Eager Raptor stuff when he was on Newgrounds. I mostly got into him when he was on YouTube.
Same here. I think the only thing I actually really liked from him was the Awesome series. I don't even really like Sequelitis all that much from him.
I like Sequelitis a lot, personally.
I just get annoyed because it feels like a lot of them are, he's just like, I love this game more than this other game in the series. and other people like
definitely
it, so I'm
is
going
like
to
a
put
lot
it on
of
a pedestal and explain. The game is better, but I'm going to like force it down your throat because I want people to know that it is better. I'm like, come on.
I feel like I like it because that's something that I do a lot, is just compare different games in a franchise. And I do it especially like a lot with the Metroid games.
Yeah.
Like those are definitely the ones I compare the most. Dark Souls series, like I feel like they all have their strengths and weaknesses, and they're very defined in their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I feel like I have nothing really to ponder there. I just sort of know it. I don't think about it much, unless I'm actually like playing a game, and then I go immediately into a different game, and I'm like, oh right, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been playing Bloodborne a lot recently. I got back into that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird things in that game. A lot of strange oddities.
It is strange.
Like Chalice dungeons. I hate them. They're the worst.
Those are
I only hate that I have to go through them to have an optimal build. That's the only reason I hate them. If they were totally optional, I would just never play them. But I have to get the good blood gems in order to have a good build. It just annoys me.
I don't care about blood gems.
Yeah.
I just see them as like it's just like a loot box drop where it's like, oh, it makes you think a little bit better. I don't care. I'm like,
they are sort of like
it means nothing.
They're
to me.
really only loot box drops in the Chalice dungeons. Because like outside of them, they're all.
Actually, you know what? I guess
pretty.
a better way to put it is Borderlands 2. Just we're just like, it's like, this gun is this stat. Oh, it's
How did that not hit me?
I don't really know. I was a little distracted.
Fuck.
We stopped with the Bionicles.
We're trying to save it for later.
Get it out of our chat.
Shit. This is gonna be fun.
When I become a mod, I will ban you. When we figure that out one day, I will come down with a hammer and a fury. This is a Bionicle-free zone. This is a safe place for non-Bionicle.
We'll get to Bionicles. Maybe next week if I can beat Gwyn in a timely fashion.
We will. Bionicles, they'll have their heyday. But today is a nay day, I say. Hooray.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Booyah.
I mean, the mask of that. Okay, it is a good mask, but the mask of charisma is clearly the best mask.
Stop this. Don't encourage it. Oh, God.
Yeah, shut up, please. Don't talk about Bionicles here.
That's great. Also, one question for people. I realized I don't think we turned the volume down for the in-game sound.
Oh, yeah. Let me fix that right now.
Has it been good, bad, or whatnot? We're gonna put it back to the normal level, but
yeah, this is about where it is normally. I just didn't want to die there. Was it fine? So should I put it back?
No, it's too late.
Or is it too loud?
We can't go back.
Or is it too quiet now? I mean.
No, it's like have you ever read the Bible? There's, I don't know which part. There's Lot, and then his wife looks back and then turns into a pillar of sand. No, salt. We can't go back anymore.
Negative. Is it like about here, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
You got Lot's wife.
No, that's way louder than it was. It was like around here.
You'll have to do. And turn the knob.
How's that? How does that sound?
How's this suit your fancy? Because we messed with it so that we could have the music.
Now I messed with it.
The music during the break be louder. So that's why we messed with it.
I think Dark Souls, because it has no background music, is just generally quieter.
That's fair. You guys get to hear the footstep sounds better.
Yeah, the good old footsteps. Those crunchy steps.
Yeah.
Tom, are you a cruncher or a muncher?
I'd probably be munch, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more of a muncher than a cruncher.
Yeah. It's a hard question
Like-
that I need to think about, and I don't have the proper...
Like someone that I know is a cruncher though, Wilner, definite cruncher.
He's
right
a
there.
dangerous person. He's a risky man. He lives on the, not the straight and narrow, but the other thing. The dangerous and thick.
Oh yeah, Will is definitely a cruncher.
The curved and, he lives on the curved and wide. It's the opposite of the straight and narrow. No, it's the curved or wide, I guess.
No, what is Tome?
I've never watched Tome. I know Kerbo but I only know of him now because he was the animator of the first 1-2 Brawl Taunts and a bit of 3.
Yeah.
That's all I know about him though. So
Yeah, he did all of 3.
he did all 3?
Yeah. No, I mean all of 4.
All of 4.
That's what I meant to say.
I was gonna say,
He did all of 4.
did he pretend to be other people animating?
No.
If so, that's a
See,
great
that's what I
thing.
thought at first when I first watched it a long time ago. Now looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, no, it's obvious what she did here. Well, what Rena Chan did there,
Yeah.
not Kerber.
It's a good name. But he was a Kirby? He had a dark form? What is this nonsense?
Baka.
Desu. That's right. I know Japanese. It's not true. I know Korean, but I don't know much. I don't know.
Generally, when calling someone a baka, you wouldn't append a desu at the end. That's just
Panda
like
Desu?
append.
Appendidesu?
Append.
Append?
You know, put something at the end of something. Append.
Appendicities? Appendices?
Appendicitis. The end of your appendix. Your appendix ends.
End of appendix. It was supposed to be end of Evangelion. I couldn't. I tried to do
End
it.
of
It didn't.
appendongelion? What? How would you make that? I don't know.
I don't know. I was just trying to go for the silliest joke I could. You know what I just realized? Tome is really close to my name.
Tome is
It
very
makes me
close to your
happy
name.
because it's also capitalized, so it's almost as Tom.
Yeah.
It's the little things in life that generally I'm like, oh man, this is great. He's almost saying my name over there. This is fun.
B.
B. I agree. I have a question, Ivy. What's your favorite letter? I bet it's H, isn't it?
No.
Scum.
I do like H.
It's disgusting. It's awful. You don't say Z though, at least, right?
No. Z is
Yeah.
stupid.
Good.
No, because like with H, I like it because it actually adds the H sound into the H.
Yes.
That's why I use it. But with Z, it's just like, no, you're just adding too much to the Z. Like, Z is fine as it is.
Yeah. That's fair. I like the letter.
I like to use language selectively. I pick and choose things that I like and don't dislike and use them. Or not use them.
I like the letter X because it's truly useless.
It is actually the most useless letter.
It makes two different sounds.
Well, so is C. C is also a bullshit letter.
C is very confusing. C is strange.
Don't
But
you
X-
fucking say Dragon Ball Z. That is not an actual thing.
Oh god. I just thought about that. That's awful. That's horrible.
Exactly. Z is the worst. Oh my god, shut up about Bionicle.
Is Vezok the green one?
Visak is the blue one.
I don't like him then. The only good Bionicle is Gadunka, but that's not.
Gadunka is the best Bionicle.
That's neither here nor there.
I love that you know who Gadunka is. I mean, I did show him to you.
Well,
but
the thing
he's
is, I knew about him before that, and I was like,
Yeah.
Gadunka, and you were like, I got Gadunka right here. You want to see him? I was like, I want to see Gadunka. I saw Gadunka. I was like, this is good. I remember this.
He's so pure.
He is.
I owned 2 of him.
Let's go. Oh boy. But yeah, X. The noise it makes X is just a K and an S.
Yeah.
And then the sound it makes is Z, which is if it's at the start of a word, which is Z,
Yeah.
or sometimes S. if you want to be English, which is just, I hate English. It's bad language. Dragon Ball Key. Do people say that?
Do people say that?
I hope not.
That would actually be how it's pronounced, though, is the thing.
Why is there an A there?
Yeah, why isn't there an A there? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, there should be an A if it's pronounced guy.
I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there's not.
know.
Maybe I'm just crazy.
Oh god, how is that not hitting me?
Huh.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry about insulting exes then. I didn't realize it would, you had such a close tie. Nobody did.
Don't bring Kingdom Hearts into this.
Oh, gotcha.
The Bionicle lore is already enough.
Well, fair enough.
I wish one of the PCP members knew anything about Bionicles so they could do a Bionicle lore lecture.
Want that.
I really would want that. None of them.
Only person.
The only person who would actually like it would be Tom.
You would. Yeah, that's actually fair. I think.
Yeah, he'd
would.
be the only member that would actually like do that lecture. But also, I don't think he likes Bionicles. He likes other things that I appreciate that he likes that I am not like that I haven't like Animorphs. That's like I think that's a cool interest to have is Animorphs.
I don't.
It apparently
I don't think that's a cool interest.
Well, it apparently has a very intricate and strange story.
It has an intricate and strange story because it's over 100 books.
Yeah, and also
That's why it has that.
Over 100 books. Characters die in those. Those are children's books. I just think that's cool, you know.
It's ludicrous. It's too much. That is crazy though that characters die. I didn't know that. Okay, well.
Queen.
Off of that, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, so it doesn't even matter. I want to bring back to something I was talking about earlier. People in chat, please tell me about what I was talking about earlier. I forgot entirely. Maybe you'll remember.
I don't know. What were you talking about?
I don't know.
Until I
People in chat,
you with
find
Animorphs.
us a good conversation.
No, Animorphs is much more complicated than just that.
No.
Most people just like making fun of it because of the titles.
There's
though.
like Zergs, Zorbs.
It's very funny.
Zorbs that are like alien
They have very
species
not titles. The
that
covers.
take control of
They're
people,
very funny looking covers.
and they turn into animals to help fight against the mind controlling like alien things.
Yes. That. And there are many
stupid.
depictions of characters like getting like brutally murdered in various ways, like dissolved slowly. That's a fun one.
What? This is too much. I don't like this.
Should we get rid of Israel? Like should we?
Get rid of Israel?
Yeah,
oh,
should we get rid of it?
I didn't realize what you said. Then I looked at the chat and I saw it's talking about Israel. They spelled it wrong though. It's A-E-L. Israel.
Israel.
Not Israel. Should we get rid of it? What would we do if we didn't have it though?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
If we remove Israel, what do we put in its place? Well, lots of water? Huh?
Yeah, we need more water.
I don't know. What do you
We need somewhere for all that global warming water to come from. Go, you know? It'll be like a drain.
We don't need it. We could just put it back, just put it in Antarctica.
Combine all countries into one super country. You a globalist or something?
That's exactly what some people want to do. I think that's the left thing.
That is the left.
It's to hyper unite everything as into equality. We're all one nation. No more like borders. No more ethnicity. It's all, we're just people. I think it's stupid, and I actually hate that. I don't want to be
I think
thought of as the same as a man who is English.
I think it only makes sense on paper.
I don't want to be considered the same as a man who is English.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That is a fate worse than death.
United Earth of America.
It says the United Earth is now America, but what the United Earth of America? Oh wait. Oh no, sorry. That's the thing above it says that. You're right. I'm sorry. That's amazing though. I love that.
I mean, if we manage to buy Greenland, who knows how much more we could buy?
You know what's stupid? In World War II, Denmark was conquered. Greenland wasn't, and so Denmark was like, we release Greenland to be sovereign so that they're not just owned by the Nazis for free.
Mm-hmm. And then just got it back.
We were like, we proclaim Greenmark's independence and we'll fight anyone who tries to take it, so that Canada and Great Britain couldn't have it because they wanted it and we're probably going to take it, instead of just taking it for ourselves. Why didn't we just take Greenland?
Yeah, absolute fools.
We like, there's no reason not to just take Greenland. It's free Greenland. If a man walks up to you and says, "Hey, you want a Greenland?" Do you say no?
I mean, if we actually
say no.
Okay, here's what would happen if we actually bought Greenland.
Yes.
If we bought Greenland, then suicide rate statistics would just go through the roof.
Skyrocket.
Just because now the Greenland people have to cope with the fact that the people living in Greenland currently, and the people who would potentially move there now after it's purchased, they would then have to cope with the fact that they are living in Greenland and also that they are part of the United States. That's two things that you don't want in your life.
We could have double the Aurora Borealis. So we could have it in Alaska.
Yeah.
And Greenland. I was thinking of Antarctica and couldn't think of Alaska because they both start with A.
I don't know if it's the highest suicide rates because they don't have a very high population, but
density.
But density, per capita, is the highest because it's 1 in every 5 person knows someone who's killed themselves.
Yeah. Fun fact, just about New Jersey, we have the lowest suicide rate of any state in the union.
Well, I'm about to make that untrue.
I'll prove that wrong right here.
I'll prove that wrong.
Just a fun fact.
I'm gonna do it live? No, I'm gonna do it dead.
That's a good one. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna use that one day.
Oh,
Jersey does not have. Jersey is not real. New Jersey.
Come on.
Only South Jersey's a wild place. North Jersey's fairly calm, except for the inner cities. Those aren't calm. South Jersey is I'll say it's like Florida. I've seen, in South Jersey, I have seen Confederate flags flying. Not for sale, just flying.
Really?
Yes. I went to college for the little bit in South Jersey. We saw a couple of Confederate flags out in farmland. You know what's crazy? Delaware was a border state, so South Jersey.
Yeah.
I can understand. I feel like they want to rise with the South. It's weird. It's weird down there. I'm scared.
Oh, yeah. That is also true.
I feel like Alaska's got kind of a Russia thing, sans the population. It's hard to invade. Russia has a huge advantage on that. Texas has lots of guns, though. More than probably the rest of the United States combined.
More than probably the rest of the world combined.
So they have an advantage. They also have the Alamo.
What was that again?
The Alamo.
I don't remember what that is.
The Alamo. The alimony.
Please remind me what this is.
It's the alimony. You have to pay it to your wife once you get a divorce.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's my favorite sad statistic because it's sad.
It is very sad.
The Alamo.
Because once you realize that, you can never buy ice cream from a truck again because you're too poor. You
can't afford it anymore. It's a sad world. The United Alaskan Frontier. I don't know. They'd have a pretty good advantage. They have a low population, so not really able to go on the offensive. But I'd like to see anyone try and mess with them. It's also they have a lot of place to run to and flee. If someone does try and invade, they could run in literally any direction and probably still be in Alaska.
I need to fucking practice this, boss.
Well, this is the practice. This is just a test stream, by the way.
This is just a test stream. We're seeing if I can actually do it in one stream. Mm-hmm. New Game Plus Gwyn is not fun.
Retroactive test stream.
I mean, I don't think Gwyn is fun in general.
I think he's cool. That's about it.
I think he's cool. I just don't think he's a fun fight. Because it's either you parry or you're dead.
I never parried him.
I know. That's how I do the fight. It's either I'm dead or he's dead. It's one or the other.
How much harder is New Game Plus 7?
It's like everything is like, it's like health and damage is all scaled by 6% each New Game Plus, I think, something like that.
Really? I never knew.
I think that's like the general rule.
Huh.
Yeah, New Game Plus Gwyn is not fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I mean, on the plus side, once we beat him, all we have to deal with is New Game Plus 2 gargoyles. And that's like the worst thing we'll have to deal with.
Good.
I mean, Sif might one-shot us at some point, but like, we should be good for the rest of the game once we beat this. Pretty much.
There's plenty of other bosses along the way that will do that. So.
No, because
I mean before New Game Plus 2.
Oh.
Like even here, there's some bosses that'll just one hit. Super hot.
Super hot.
I completely floundered everything trying to speak there, but it doesn't matter.
I like
had a
super
fun time
hot.
while doing
it's a cool
it,
game.
and that's all that really matters, right? It's the friends we made along the way. Yes.
That was very wrong.
Where's he run to?
Oh. Okay. Sure.
He's getting old. He's not so sure anymore. He's
See, those are always the most annoying things. It's just when they're like standing there and like, can you do something, please? And then they just suddenly just like, oh, yeah, now you're dead.
I believe we're at 38 of 41.
Yeah, we're missing 3. And we can potentially get them in this stream if we go fast enough.
If luck is a lady tonight.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, that worked out fine.
That one worked out well. See,
That's not a problem.
you see, because I'm running, I'll get counter hit. So if he hits me, that's why it just kills me in one hit every time.
It's one of those things I've never fully understood, but always thought was there.
What, counter hits?
Yeah, like I'll be like rolling and take much more damage or something.
It's when you're like, it's in certain actions when you're like in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Or like towards the end of an action. Because I think it also happens like in the end lag of certain like weapon attacks.
That's fair.
I don't know. I don't know too much about counter hit damage.
I don't know either, as previously established.
I should actually like probably look into it at some point, like how it actually works, because I don't really understand it that well.
We're doing fine without really a clue, so we'll make do.
I keep not forgetting that I need to two-hand and not buffering it so that I can do it frame 1.
I keep not buff.
I'm not buff enough.
Buff stuff. Oh boy. Ooh, he's going for the ghoulies.
He's trying to grab my ghoulies.
He wanted them. Welp.
You see what happened
Now
there?
neither of you can have the ghoulies.
See what happened there was I was expecting him to do a fast attack, so I just put up my shield. But then I saw he was doing the slow attack, and I was like, wait, no, he's gonna break my shield. So if I do this, if he hits me with the slow attack, and then I just let go of my shield instead of actually parrying.
Yeah.
Can I out buff him? I don't know. My strong isn't high enough. I'm only at 27 strong.
Maybe with
And
the
not very
potion.
much dex. If only I had a potion.
Desu.
Des. Most people pronounce it
Ow.
Des. If you pronounce it Desu, you're like going way too hard on trying to be polite.
They have used in that language.
No, it's just it is like spelt Desu.
Yeah.
It's just that most of the time when U's are like barely pronounced, so it would just be Des.
So would oo be oo?
It would be Des.
What if it was oo? Would I do that?
It would be
Like
just,
in animes would be oo? Ooh.
yeah, potentially. There is no woo in Japanese though. There's only wa and wo. Those are the only W's.
Fair enough. I think it's fairly similar with Korean. I'm trying to remember, but I don't have the head at this point. Awa.
Awa. Ugu you can do.
Ugu. Fugu. It's a fish. I think. No, that's fish food. No, it's
Fugu
food of
fish.
fish.
Fugu fish.
Doesn't matter. I can't.
God, do you remember Charlie the Unicorn?
Yes, I do. I also remember a lot of the spin-offs, or not spin-offs, knockoffs.
Damn it.
That were on YouTube. They're poorly animated.
Damn
Remember, was it Llamas with Hats?
Oh, I'm a fool.
Llamas with Hats?
No.
Okay, then be that way.
Oh, no, I do. I remember.
I thought you were being spiteful.
It just took me a second to think of whether or not what you were saying was what I was thinking of. Insert Carl.
Oh.
Don't insert Carl, please. It's kind of weird looking at the capture because the chat shows up in white text, so every time I go through that one room, it's just like you cannot see the chat anymore.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, it lasts long enough that I can actually get through the whole room.
Well, I mean, you know what they say.
And you can kind of see it.
Some
at the
wounds
end.
never heal. I interrupted you.
I gave up on that sentence.
Fair enough. I won't argue with that logic. Oh man.
Alright, now I just need to remember. Once I hit the first parry, press F so that I can pay his respects.
Let's go.
Instead of just fucking hitting him after two-handing my weapon like a fool again.
Cap his knees.
I need to knee his caps.
Oh, you should knee him in the cap.
Ah, of course.
What is the cap? I guess that'd be like the hat area of the head.
Yeah.
That'd probably hurt you because a skull is hard. A knee is also hard, but a skull is hard.
Damn it! Forgot again. Lag.
Ooh. Bullet time.
No, that's gonna make it harder. This literally just makes it harder. Okay.
Reverse bullet time.
Or not. Yeah, sure. No.
Backstab. Why did he do that?
It's a good question.
Backstab.
Why did I do that? Why am I doing things?
Why not?
I hate this. I hate this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There are people that have killed this boss with a fist only. Your fist does 1 damage in this game, and 4 when you do a riposte.
Huh. Some people like life, some people like death.
Yeah, some people
Death.
like fighting a boss for 45 minutes.
Yeah, some people like life, some people like death. I can't judge. I'm just you, man. It's not a compliment.
Then again, I beat Persona 4, so I know what it's like to fight a boss for 40 minutes. At a time. On each attempt. Still haven't beaten Persona 3 yet. Oh god. Fucking 14 phase final boss.
What the? Really?
Yes.
14 phase?
14 phases.
How long does that take?
Like an hour.
Oh, that's too much. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Cheese and crackers.
Yeah, I know. I'm only halfway through the game, but like I've known about that since before I played it, and I'm scared.
That's too intimidating.
Because the final boss of Persona 4 is 2 phases, and that took me like 2 days to kill. And was like half an hour every attempt. Every failed attempt.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, that's awful. That is too much.
I don't know what to expect with. Oh,
That was
finally,
very
God.
generous.
Maybe let's just trying to repose too early.
Oh.
Some bit of
Who
disrespect
knows?
there.
But yeah. One thing I wanted to mention, just so we keep it in the mind. I want you to play a Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. Dragon Quest Series
yeah.
Rocket Slime. That's one that's definitely on the pocket. I have the ROM for it, so I could give that to you.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do it. That's why.
Damn it.
Yeah. So we could play that, and that's a great game, and I want not only you but the world, our little purview of the world at least, to experience it. I think it was Guitar Haven, I believe you played that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad someone else knows about it. I've never met another soul in my life, and it's a beautiful game. It's fun. Yeah. And what is another game or two? 'Cause I remember we brought a couple up before. We didn't. I just want to keep them in the public.
Tyler Tasmanian Tiger is one that I've never heard of anyone ever playing.
I feel like the game, or at least Steam Train or something, played it.
Did they really?
I feel like
There's no way.
the reason
No
I say
one's played that fucking game.
I think it might have been 2 or 3.
Well, yeah, 2's the best one.
They played one of the series. I remember that's my only I've heard of the game before that, but that was the only time I ever saw it. And I only really knew about the game because I knew about thylacines.
Yeah.
Which is what a Tasmanian Tiger is.
Did 4
Grumpcade,
episodes. Okay.
that's what it is. 'Cause I remember, I was like, I think Ross is there, so... I guess it was Steam Train? I forgot about Grumpcade.
Oh, he's like
existing.
Australian or something. That's why he knows about
Fuck,
it. That's
you're
why he
right.
knows about it.
Holy shit. It all comes together. It all makes sense now.
It's sad that the Tasmanian tigers are extinct
They're very extinct.
because
Also,
of hunting dogs or something like that.
they were just like a pest, so they just were like, no, we don't
Yeah.
care about it, just kill them. You know what's sad?
What?
The Australians, they killed thylacines, but they killed the cool things. You know what they failed to kill? Emus. You know what they tried? There's a thing.
Oh my god, the emu war!
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you know about that?
Yeah!
Thank goodness. What an amazing moment in history.
Favorite historical period.
I bet, I don't know how many. I think it was just like one guy, maybe. Or was it like?
No, it was like 100 guys.
It was 100 guys.
And the emus won!
Machine guns to emus and lost. They took like huge guns with like hundreds and hundreds of rounds. Lost. Australia.
My muscle memory is it doesn't want me to win today.
But you know they succeeded at killing the freaking thylacines, but they couldn't get emus. Thylacines are cool. I love the emu war though.
No. No, no.
Also, just a cool note, like the dodo, you know how it's kind of a dumb bird, and
Yeah.
it's like, whatever, it died off. What's sad is that a tree died because it died. Because there was
Yeah.
a certain type of tree that the nut from it could only be cracked. It was so hard and tough, it could only be cracked by a dodo's beak because their beaks were ludicrously strong. Like, way more than any other bird. And like a
Yeah,
human,
because they probably were more closely related to like terror birds and stuff at that point.
no, they're related. They're like a cousin of dragons.
Cousin. Okay.
They're closely related to the lungworm. Weird. But yeah. Because they died, the tree could no longer have its seed be cracked and then have the inside of the seed or the nut actually frickin' become a tree, and it died off, which is a shame. I mean, it's sad the emus are dead as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's no emu video games, are there?
There are no emu video games now.
There's the Tasmanian tiger.
There's
no
emus
emu.
in the Tasmanian tiger.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah, there's like tons of weird animals. There's Tasmanian devil in there.
That's fair, yeah. Those
Some
stories.
crocodiles.
Crocodiles aren't that weird.
No, they're not that weird.
Yeah, fair enough, though.
I don't know. There's some other weird ones. I don't know.
Is there a pangolin?
It might be a pangolin.
Pangolins.
I love pangolins too.
Pangolins are cool.
Pangolins are really
I
cool.
want to have a pangolin. I want him to be my friend. I want to go adventures on him. I want to name him like Dragon. I want to go on adventures with him.
All right. Good night, Starhaven.
Pangolins are cool. Oh, you have a good one. We love you.
Okay. So the problem was I was like waiting, not waiting long enough for it.
Fair enough. You gotta be a greedy guts.
Bring greedy guts. Please do an action.
Do a third time. Damn it.
Damn. Every time I hold the.
It's okay. Purple heart.
Purple heart.
You were shot in war. Purple heart's a medal. It means you were wounded in war. I'm gonna change my sitting position because I can't sit still for too long.
Alright, I've got the rhythm down now.
You got the rhythm and the rhyme.
Got the rhythm heaven.
You gotta shake
Fever.
the time.
Why did I heal?
You gotta make it yours.
I should have just
and
kept.
make it
I should have just
mine.
kept doing it. Should have just kept going for it. No! No! That last one is so slow, I keep... Okay.
Okay,
Getting close. Getting there. We're almost there.
I panicked a couple times through there. I was just like, jittering and shaking and jumping.
I wasn't really panicking. I was just
was.
like, fuck, I can't heal.
He'd just do like a fast attack. I just like.
You know, the thing is with the fast
Recoil back,
attacks,
like-
I can just shield the first hit and then parry the second.
Yeah.
So it makes it much easier.
No, I'm just.
It's
scared.
just sometimes I'm like, oh wait, no, I need to parry immediately, and then I immediately try to parry the first one, and because it's so fast, I don't get the timing right, and then I can, but because I have the super armor frames from the parry, I can just still parry the second hit. But the
Okay.
problem is I take a lot of damage from doing that,
Yeah.
so it really does not help me at all. Especially because I can't fucking heal in this fight because I have to do this animation every fucking time. Because this weapon, because I don't have
Fucking
the
massive.
I don't have the strength of this weapon, so unto-handing it is really fucking annoying.
Do we? How many soul pops do we have? Whoa!
I've never seen one of those before.
I haven't either.
Oh my god! It's a fucking vagrant.
I didn't realize what it was at
I've
first.
never seen a vagrant before. I just passed it and was like, is that a vagrant?
I didn't realize what it was
What?
until you turned, and I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Then it just killed me instantly.
That was cool.
That's cool. New game plus vagrant.
If
Fucking
anything,
killed me as soon as I saw it.
if something was to kill you, I'm glad it was a vagrant.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen one before.
Neat.
I'm glad we shared this experience.
I am too. This is the
I've
first time
literally
I've ever
never
seen a
seen
vagrant. Yeah. That's magical. Why are they so rare?
Because they only spawn when someone died and then died again without picking up their souls when they had a lot of humanity on them. And then you and then that creates, and then that sign, like that death sign, has to like show up in a bunch of different people's worlds or something like that before it can become a vagrant. It's weird.
Whoa.
It's something really fucking bizarre like that.
That is
It's
bizarre.
It's just a lot of different factors that go into creating a vagrant.
That is very bizarre. That is okay. Fair enough that it's ludicrous and rare.
And you can only see them all online, so
That's awesome. That's fun.
all right.
Yeah. Let's go.
2 for 2?
Tuesdays.
No Tuesdays.
Oh.
God.
You know what's weird?
What?
People are like, oh, why do we have the freaking names of the week? It's like, oh, they're named after the Norse gods, with the exception of Saturday and Sunday, which are named after, Sabbath
Saturn.
and the sun.
I thought it was Saturn.
Is it? I
Yeah,
thought it
it's
was
Saturn
Sabbath.
Day. No, it's
Sabbath.
Saturn Day.
Really?
Because the Sabbath is on Sunday.
The original one was. The news. No. Original Sabbath is Saturday. The new one is Sunday. They changed it in Roman times.
That's fucking weird.
It's Saturday is Sabbath day, I believe.
No, I thought it was supposed to be Saturn Day.
Chat, please, to help. I'm pretty sure though it's Sabbath, and then I guess the Sundays after the sun. But Monday through Friday, it's named after Norse gods. It's like, oh, that explains it. They're named after Norse gods. Why are they named after Norse gods? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why do we care about freaking? I like Tur, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about Tuesday. But
I would say
Thursday's
many things bad
Thursday.
about Tuesday.
Ooh, Tur, it's Thursday. It's Tur. He's like my favorite Norse god. I also like Balder. He's beautiful. So arrows won't hit him. He's beautiful. But like, it's like Woden's Day, Wednesday. Woden being the Germanic version of Odin. It's like, why? It doesn't make any sense. We've flown so far from our like Germanic origins. You'd think that would have been like changed a long time ago. Also, because our calendar is based off of Roman. The Roman calendar. Why are our days based off of the Norse names? It's weird. Why isn't it like Roman names, right? Why didn't we take the full thing from them? Why did we only take piecemeal?
Oh, I actually got away with that. Holy shit.
It's just weird and confusing.
Why did I do that? Damn it.
I'll never understand it. Fuck. There isn't a justification either. It's just stupid. It upsets me. Lots of things about English upset me, and our like systems.
You should write a book on it.
I probably could. There'd be not a lot of chapters. They'd be very long though. And it wouldn't be an interesting book. It would make people very annoyed to read it. People they'd feel my anger, but they'd feel it at me. instead of with me. Oh, what an idiot.
What an absolute fool. No!
Well. Okay. Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Good RTSR setup.
Oh, yes,
If
of
only I
course.
had that ring on.
Always takes a few seconds. RTSR. It takes a few seconds for it to process in my head. It's red tier stone ring.
Yeah.
I get it. But I assume it's like some type of like MOBA term for like a game or something. What you doing?
I'm gonna do that.
Boosting your repose?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I think that
What'd you replace it?
Wolfring is not helping us in this fight.
What's the Wolfring do again?
Gives you 40 poise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is good because good for me because I like poise, but I also like being able to roll. But in this in this fight, it's not helping at all. In this help, it's not fighting at all. What I would have said.
Yeah, is what you meant to say, really.
You know.
Before you corrected yourself. That's what you meant to say before you corrected yourself. It's a give and a take.
Yep. Maybe just do more damage so I can not hit him.
Yeah.
Now the real optimal setup would be to have RTSR and the Hornet Ring.
I was thinking that, but then I wasn't gonna say it because it's too much.
It's definitely too much. I would not be able to survive a single hit.
Yeah.
Well, I already can't survive a single hit in RTSR.
It's already a bad idea.
Yeah.
I love that man was just born to miss.
He hits me sometimes,
He should.
and then I die instantaneously.
Yeah. He packs a wallop.
That guy also packs a wallop.
That was odd, but fair enough. I'm getting a week of sleeping.
I've just been sleepy all day since I woke up, so I'm, I guess, used to it. I don't know.
That's fair. I'm gonna pop a snack because I forgot that I had a snack prepped with me. And I meant to eat it over the break. I'm gonna restore my energy and vitality.
Oh, he almost hit me there, but he didn't. There we go. Oh, that's so much more damage. Oh, it's so much better.
Let's go.
Why did I not do this earlier? Oh, beautiful. Or I can just miss. It's cool. I'm gonna die now. That's what's gonna happen. This is purely karma. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Pure karma for me trying to end him rightly.
Yep, you didn't hit him with the pommel.
Yeah. Well,
A spear doesn't have a pommel, so you can't.
What are you talking about? This isn't a spear, and it does have a pommel.
It's a glaive.
It does have a pommel because the fucking stick is made of metal for some reason. This would be the heaviest fucking glaive in existence.
Jesus. Now that I'm well fed, hopefully my energy will come back and I'll bloom like a frickin' blossom.
Now that you've attained the nutrients, you will regain your poise.
I've already started to get that psychosomatic, like, I've just eaten, I now have energy. Even though my body has not processed any of it.
Yeah.
My body's just like, okay, you did it, you're good. You're good for a few more hours. You don't have to frickin' wait for it to digest or anything, you're all set. Off to the races. Speaking of races, one thing I learned in college is that frickin' the white race was just a thing that was invented, like, about a century ago. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's such a huge and prevalent thing. It didn't really exist more than a century ago. They didn't talk about it. It was just also because there was so much dissent, or not dissent, but yeah, just like dissonance between the white race that they didn't want to, I guess. There was so much hatred and war. They're like, we don't want to frickin' like sort of call ourselves together. Like the English are like, I don't want to be called the same thing as the Irish, and vice versa.
Well, of course.
It was the better for it. Just a thing that I learned because for one, I was in sociology class. One day they just decided to bring in a professor to talk about oppression. I don't know why. They just brought in just a random professor. He just told us about oppression for a day.
I wish I could learn about oppression for a day.
It was sociology. We were learning about sociology. Why'd they take that away from me? It was weird. we had to do a thing where it's like, now, tell me, you think of your doctor, and then think of your doctor, mailman, fireman, and then what race he is, and then frickin' stick a sticky note on the board if it's white, Native American, black, Asian, Pacific Islander. You can do that. And it was like, okay. And then I learned that no one knows Native American people at all. And that was about it. And that was apparently the definition of white privilege. Was that white people have lots of jobs. To my knowledge. It was very confusing and interesting. It was kind of cool. Because the guy wasn't yelling at me. He was very polite. But I didn't understand a word of what was going on. I don't understand the purpose. It was oppression. You know, we all get that. I just don't know why it was happening. College is a weird place.
Does your mind ever just melt?
It does, yeah. It's cool when it does sometimes, but it's usually not. Because usually my mind melts and I just sort of like collapse and I'm like, I can't think of things. I don't want to think. I can't handle it. Does your mind ever melt?
I feel like it's starting to.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this.
Like I'm in the beginning stages of, oh god, what is happening?
The early stages of, I just can't process as much as I was able to 10 minutes ago. I can't handle this much stimulus anymore.
Fuck. I don't even know what it was. That killed me?
It killed you?
Well, I mean, I wasn't mashing, that makes sense. Oh, it makes sense. Gwyn just kills you in 2 hits, because he's Gwyn in New Game Plus. He's really cool. I like this boss a lot.
Oh my god, I just remembered something. I learned a fun story. You remember Sir Gawain and the Knights of the Round Table?
Who wouldn't?
There's a fun guy who's the best friend of Sir Gawain. His name is Yvain, often called Yvain Glory. That's what his story is called, is Yvain Glory. and he is a romp. He's Sir Gawain's best friend, if I remember correctly, and he's a knight who's kind of just like he's sort of like a mess up, but he's also very, very good at being a knight. And his thing, you know, he's not too special. He's the knight of this other guy whose name's like Huguenot or like Canaanot or something like that. It's neither of those, but something like that. And his brother, or no, his cousin, went on a quest. Was sort of like a knight errant, and went to some place in Ireland, and there was this Moor who climbed up a tree and said, "Don't put water on this stone, or else it will summon a storm, and then you will be punished by the local like lord, who will get mad at you for causing a storm on his people," basically. And so he was like, I'm here for adventure. I'm gonna pour water on that fucking stone, and he did. And then the Black Knight came and was like, "Hey, you asshole! Why would you do that? You caused a storm and probably like messed with my people. Fight me." And they fight, and the Black Knight unhorses the dude, and then could like kill him, but lets him live, and it's very disrespectful. And it's the only time that guy was ever disrespected. So he's like, "Oh man." He's sitting around the King Arthur's table, having a nice dinner, and he's telling everyone like that story. And the cousin's like, "Why didn't you ever tell me this? I'd go and avenge you." And then he's like, that's an easy thing to say while drunk." And then King Arthur's like, "In 2 weeks, we're gonna avenge you. Don't worry, dude. We got you covered. We're gonna go there. We're gonna pour a freaking ocean on that rock, and then destroy that Black Knight. The entire round table's gonna freaking do it." And Yvain Glory was like, "I said I want to like avenge my cousin, so I'm just gonna leave now and just go do it without telling anyone." And so he goes out, he pours the water on the stone, and then fights the Black Knight. And actually, he like freaking beats him. He does better than him, but the Black Knight starts to run away, and he's like, "I've avenged my cousin. Like I've punched this man and done more than enough, but I need proof because there's this asshole in King Arthur's court who is his like stepbrother, because King Arthur's adopted, sort of, because his real dad, the king, gives him to this other guy. Then his dad dies. The other guy has a son already, and the son, I think it starts with a C. I think it's K. He's just a fuck up, who's braggadocious and an asshole. But Arthur basically promised his fake dad, or no, it's not fake dad, it's adoptive dad, that he'd like give Kay a position in his court. So he's like, Kay will just fuck with me and piss me off. If I don't bring proof, he'll just make my life a fucking hell. And so he's like, gotta go kill the knight or take something from him. He chases the knight back to his castle. He gets in the castle, gets frickin', a thing happens where there's supposed to be a trap where he'd get cut in half when the portcullises would fall in front and behind, and then a giant like blade would slice down from the ceiling in the center. But he did this weird thing where the Black Knight gets like sliced in half instead of him. I don't really understand it. It's kind of goofy. And then he's like, oh shit, the portcullis is closed, and now I'm trapped in a village I don't know, in a castle I don't know, and everyone's probably gonna kill me on either side. But then this one lady opens the door that's conveniently in there, is like, hey, when I went to the Arthur's court because I had a problem, you were the only knight who took me seriously, so I'm going to help you. And she gives him this magical ring that if he stands perfectly still, he's invisible. If he doesn't move, he's invisible. And so he lays down on a bed and he's completely invisible, and all the people, like, they're searching, they're like, oh, I don't know where he is. Well, too bad. And then this is where the story gets kind of like, uh-oh, dangerous. Because basically, like, this woman starts running and she's like, oh, my husband's dead, and then you find out, oh, that's the lady. That means the Black Knight was the lord of the land. And now King Arthur is coming to, like, attack them, basically. And the knight of that land is now dead. The guy who would protect them is now dead. And they're like, oh, fuck. And so Yvain falls in love with the lady and is like, hey, freaking girl, set me up with the lady who's now a widow. And she's like, you took me seriously? I'll do it, because I'm her freaking chamber person. I'll freaking put in a good word for you. And then, you know, the girl talks to the lady, and she's like, hey, you know, the Lord's dead, so we need a guy who can protect us from the coming invasion from King Arthur. I know a guy. And she doesn't explain that this is the man who killed her husband, but the lady, she's like, that's the man who killed my husband. That's definitely him. But she's like, okay, I'll meet him, because we need him. Someone has to protect us. We're fucked. And so he's like, okay, marry me. Yvain does that to the lady, and she's like, well, I literally have no other option. I'll marry him. And so she's forced into marriage, and Yvain's like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm really happy. And then he sort of does battle with Arthur's people, but not really. And then he's like, ha, guess what, guys? It was me. And they're like, oh, this is funny. And then they're guests, and they eat there, and it's a fun time. And she's not happy. She's been tricked. The people who just came to attack her kingdom are now her guests, and that's the only reason she was married to this guy, was to protect her. And to protect her place as well. And it's all good. And so, because the people, they come and they're like, oh, you know, let's tell stories, whatnot. He's like, oh man, I gotta go adventuring again. I want to do that. And so, he's like, hey, honey, we've been married for like 2 weeks. I'm leaving. I'm out. Bye-bye. But I love you and I'm still married. I'm gonna come back. And she's like, I'm gonna give you another magical ring separate from the one you already had. The thing is, if you don't come back in a year, I literally hate your guts and you're the worst person that's ever existed and I hate everything about you. Okay, goodbye. And then he leaves and goes on an adventure. And then a year and a day later, the lady's mistress person, chamber person, I guess, comes and is like, hey, give us the fucking ring back, piece of shit. She hates you. Lady never wants to see you ever again. So, Yvain then literally goes insane from that. He gives the ring back, but then he goes insane, removes all his clothes, and for a year runs around the woods, killing animals and eating them raw, entirely naked. He's just gone insane from grief. And he's just a freaking... but yeah, he's doing that, and then like a year later, another year later or something like that, there's this another band of people travels along, and they're like, it's another like lady. She's like, oh boy, freaking, we need a knight, and that looks like a knight. And guess what? We have this magical stuff that if you rub it on the forehead of a person, it'll make them sane again. And so the lady's like, she's like to her mistress, this is a different lady again, but to her mistress, she's like, go rub the stuff, but not all the stuff, because this stuff's rare, and we need it, okay? And so the lady, she disobeys, she takes all the stuff and rubs it on his head, and makes him she makes him sane, and then she's like, oh, I was riding my horse over the bridge, I almost fell off. Luckily, all the magical stuff fell off instead of me. Haha, wink wink. And she just throws the empty box into the river, pretending like she lost it. She just used all on the guy, on Yvain. And then Yvain is now super duper sane. He's like, hey, I'll help you. And she's like, yeah, I've never met you. I didn't see you naked before. This is cool. Help me. And so Yvain goes to the frickin' defends her kingdom or something weird like that. I don't know. He's given clothes and whatnot. And he does that, and this is where you learn, oh, he's actually like really good at fighting, because he like kills like 4 people by himself. It's like, oh, okay, so he's not a total mess up. He's just sort of like a weird guy. He's kind of a loon. I don't understand him. He does that, and it's like, okay, you should marry me. And he's like, sorry, I'm married already. Bye-bye, and leaves, and is like, now I have to go say I'm sorry to my wife. And along the way, he comes across a lion and a dragon fighting. And by fighting, I mean, the dragon was holding the lion like up like from the tail like this, and then just breathing fire on its butt. And then Yvain goes and slays the dragon. And the lion, he's like, okay, now I slayed the dragon, now I have to go slay the lion. But then the lion, like puts its paws together and, like, basically prays to him. And is like, thank you for defeating that dragon. I will be your friend forever. But, you know, he doesn't actually say anything. The lion doesn't speak. But the lion is now Yvain's best friend. And it's awesome because he has a friendly lion now who helps him fight. And is literally the only reason he wins the next, like, any of the next fights. And so Yvain's going, and he's like, okay, now to frickin' continue on my way to finding my wife's forgiveness. And he goes back to his wife's forgiveness, except he doesn't. He goes back to the kingdom, the castle. There we go. That's the word. He goes back to his wife's castle, and she's like, I need your help to frickin' slay a thing or do a thing with Jake. I don't really know, whatever. So he's like, okay, I'll do it. But at this point, she doesn't recognize it's him because he's wearing different armor, and he's got a helmet on. So she somehow just doesn't realize it's her husband. And there's a whole, like, comedic scene where it's like, oh, he's like, I did the thing you wanted. Okay, I'm great. And she's like, man, any woman would be great to have you as a husband. I'd like to have you as a husband. And he's like, no, I already have a wife, and I need to get her forgiveness. And she's like, any woman who wouldn't forgive you is horrible. And it's funny because she's talking about herself but doesn't realize, because she is his wife. And then instead of being like, hey, it's me, he decides to just keep going. And then I'm not done with the story. There's still so much. Please continue. There's still so much. And then Yvain goes, and I don't know why he leaves. He goes adventuring again, I guess. Finds his way to the next place, which is this. I think it's this little town that has two demons that sort of own the place. And when he goes to the place, all the people are like, hey, don't enter our town. You're a nice person. We like you. Don't fucking enter our town. It's a nice town. Don't enter our town. He enters the town. They're like, we have a castle. It's a nice castle. It's great. We have all these amazing things. Don't enter the fucking castle. We hate you. You're a nice person. We hate you. Don't enter the castle. He's like, okay. He enters the castle. Then once he enters it, he's like, oh, geez, there's two demons here that will prevent me from leaving. This stinks. Oh, geez. But then he's like, hey, king, I want to leave the castle. And the king's like, well, to do that, you have to kill the demons. He's like, okay, I don't know about that. And then the king's like, I'm sorry, I was already calling the demons. You have to fight them now. He's like, okay, I'll fight the demons now. And then the demons are like, we don't want to fight a lion. We hide the lion. And he says a very cool line where he's like, if you don't want to fight the lion, frickin' deal with it yourself. Hide him yourself. I don't remember what the line was. It was cool, I promise. I don't remember the cool line. He says it though. And it's good. And then they put the lion in this room that has a decrepit door, and Yvain starts fighting the demons. He doesn't do very well, but then the lion is so, like, passionate, it destroys the decrepit door because it's a lion. It's a lion. And then it then starts killing one of the demons. The other demon's like, no, my demon brother. And then Yvain stabs him, and then the demons are dead. And then they leave and go to the next place. He's offered to marry a daughter or something as well. This happens a lot where he's just like, oh, you saved us, marry someone, please. He's like, no, I'm already married. And so then Yvain starts the next place, which I don't remember what it was. Oh, no. This is the part where he's like, there's this, like, dispute between one daughter and another over their father's inheritance because the father died. The older sister's is corrupt or something. The younger sister's, like, the good one. The older sister goes to Sir Gawain, is like, defend my honor, fight for me as a knight. And he's like, I'll do it, but I want to hide myself. I don't want people to know it's me who's fighting because I'm Sir Gawain, I'm respectable, I'm noble, I'm honorable. And then the younger sister's like, I've heard about this knight with a lion. She doesn't know it's Yvain. She's just a knight with a lion who goes around helping people. And then she's like, will you fight for me? And he's like, okay, sure. I'm the knight with the lion. I'll do it. And so he actually restrains the lion for this fight because the lion would have killed Sir Gawain, let's be honest. And they battle each other, and it's like, oh, it's you. We're best friends. Which is great. I love Gawain. So I'm glad he and Yvain are best friends, because Yvain's a madman. And then, you know, he goes back. Oh boy. I've completely lost my head.
I was like half paying attention to all of that, and I could not comprehend a word you were saying.
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember how it ends. Oh boy. I've actually broken my own head. Because I know I missed one part in there. There's another battle, like, I think before the demon. No, okay, now I remember where. Okay, and so now he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna head back to my wife, get her forgiveness, this time actually do it. And not just pretend I'm some other guy for some reason. I don't know why he did that. And along the way, he's like, you know what, it's late, I want to go to sleep. However, I'm a knight, I'm gonna sleep in the fucking castle, kill the frickin' asylum demon.
Oh,
Don't do the runaround.
He's gonna be fucking destroyed, believe me.
Just frickin' take his toes off.
Oh, his toes are mine for the taking.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have a necklace of toes and we'll lick them daily.
It's good protein. I don't know. I don't think you can lick protein.
Woo!
Ooh, nice. But he goes there and he's like, I'm gonna sleep in a freaking castle. I'm not just gonna sleep in a tent. And then he goes to a castle and sleeps in it, and they're like, hey, since you're gonna sleep in our castle, can you do us a favor? My 4 sons were kidnapped by giants because the giant wants to marry my daughter. It's actually, I think it's just one giant and a band of like bandits who the giant is the leader of. And then he's like, okay, sure, I'll frickin' like defeat the giants so that you can have your sons back. Except for 2 of the sons are dead. 4 of them are still alive though, but were kidnapped and are going to be exchanged for his daughter's hand in marriage to a giant. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll do this. I'm Yvain. And then he's like, the only thing is, I do have to get back to my home, because I think he like promised his wife something, like he was going to return, or something like that. Like, oh no, someone's going to invade his thing, and he has to be there to fight. I can't remember. My brain is actually falling apart. It's hurting. It's great though. I love this. And then he's like, okay, I have a prior engagement, so the giant has to get here in a reasonable amount of time so that I can kill him, or I just have to leave. Sorry. And they're like, okay, this is amazing. And he sleeps in their castle. And then he's like, okay, well, it's morning now. I've been fed, but I kind of gotta start to leave. I'm gonna pack my horse. Actually, your slaves probably packed his horse. Then he goes ready, and he's just gonna leave when the giant shows up. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna fight the giant. And he runs out to fight the giant because he's like, I'm not gonna waste time. The giant's like, we're gonna talk. And he's like, I'm going to kill you because I don't have time to talk. I have another engagement. I'm not wasting time. And he's like, the only thing he's like is like, close the gate behind me, the moat gate thing behind me, so that I don't know if I'll be returning. But what he didn't realize was that his lion followed him out of the gate. He didn't know about that. It's not really important that he didn't know, because it's just he and his lion fight the giant. And he like stabs a giant. He gets first blood, but he stabbed a giant's giant. It didn't really do much. It just made the giant angry. And then the giant smacks him. The lion bites the giant. The giant's like, I didn't expect this, and goes to swing and hit the lion, and then realizes his arm is not there anymore because Yvain cut it off from the shoulder onwards. And then is like, oh, and then Yvain stabs him and kills him in like the head. And then they're like, yeah, you did it. And he's like, sorry, I'm busy. Thank you, goodbye. And he leaves and heads back to the frickin' castle wife area. He goes back there for the third time. This time he's like, okay, I'm the frickin' dude. Here's the thing though. You gotta marry me? Or no, here's what it is. I need you to promise me one thing, that you will, and again, this is as the Knight of the Lion, not as Yvain. No one knows he's Yvain, not even his wife, even at this point. he's like, you have to promise me one thing. You will, like, forgive me. You have to swear on a sacred thingamajigger. I don't really exactly remember. It's like an ancient relic, a holy relic. And she's like, okay, I'll swear on it that I will forgive you for whatever happens, for whatever has happened, anything like that. Just protect my kingdom. He's like, okay, let's go. And then he does his things, does all this stuff, fights. You know, of course he fights something. The knight, the lion saves him, okay? You get the idea. Then he's like, oh, it's me, Yvain. And his wife's like, I hate you so much, you fucking tricked me, and I can't go back on this because it was a holy relic. If I go back, it's an insult to Jesus. I'm trapped. I've literally been betrayed by you twice and now have to be your wife. This is awful. And then he's like, I'm Yvain. I'm gonna go adventuring again. And that's where the story ends. Isn't that cool? Is that fun? Yvain glory.
I'm really glad that you just recounted the entirety of the story of Yvain's glory.
Isn't it great though? Isn't he fun?
Yeah.
He's a fun character. I like Yvain glory.
He's just so charismatic, you know?
He runs around a forest naked, killing and eating deer raw for a year because he just does that.
You know, as you do.
Yeah, he does.
As he did.
He did it. This happened. It's canonical to England. This is their history. Oh. What the hell? I was just thinking. Myths and legends exist for a moral. What the fuck was the moral of that story? Why does that story exist?
Don't betray your wife.
No, absolutely.
Don't have a lion best friend.
Lion best friend was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Have a lion best friend.
Yeah. He would have died.
That's the moral.
He would have died several times over if he did not have lion best friend. Even though it proves like he's an amazing like fighter and he's like fantastic. He still would have died if there was no lion. It was fun. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I like Yvain. There's so much. I think the thing is I like the round table because the stories are just like that. It's just like, what the fuck? Why? What is this fucking nonsense? Like with most like things, it's like, oh, okay, it ties back to the central moral, the central idea. It's like, okay, I can understand why this story exists. It's for this and that. With these stories, it's just like, what is going on? What are you talking about? Why is this part of your lore and history? What? I really like that about it. It's just stupid. Like, it's just like, yeah, this is just when you're a child, you're just like, oh, it is a bunch of like nonsense and weird stuff. It's that. There's no like, oh, it's great. I love it. It makes me happy. I'm out of it. I can't handle thinking anymore.
Tom, you know what this whole thing reminded me of?
Tell me.
I don't think you've ever on stream told the story of Princess Leia and Chewbacca.
Have I not?
No. It's never even been brought up.
The thing is, okay, basically I guess the best way to put this is it's a reference to probably my favorite scene from Star Wars. It's the scene where basically Princess Leia and Chewbacca, they're hanging out in like the Millennium Falcon, and then Princess Leia is like talking to Chewbacca. She's like, "Oh, my dress is so soft," and Chewbacca's like, "Oh yeah, it is," and he starts feeling it. He's like, "Yeah, it is," and she's like, "Oh, and also my hair is really soft," and he's like, "Oh wow, it is really soft," and she's like, "Ow, stop, you're pulling on it, it hurts," and he's like, "No, I want to keep touching your hair," and then Princess Leia's like, "Stop it, I'm gonna scream if you keep doing that, you keep pulling my hair," and then he's like, "No," and he puts his hand over her mouth and it accidentally snaps her neck and kills her. And then he runs away, and then Luke goes to Han and he's like, you gotta put him down, Han, and then gives him a blaster. And then Han goes to Chewbacca after that. It's like he's talking to him, and then Chewbacca's like, "Tell me about the Womp Rats, Han." And then Han shoots him in the back of the head.
Such a beautiful story. It's me every time.
It's my favorite scene from Star Wars. It is. I had had this like sort of running joke, I guess, where I'd do that with stories, where I'd just be like, "Oh, what's your favorite scene from Harry Potter?" Mine's a scene where Hagrid and Hermione are hanging out, and then frickin' Of Mice and Men, and then Harry goes up behind Hagrid, and Hagrid's like, "Tell me about the hippogriffs," and Hagrid goes, "Expelliarmus," and shoots them.
Expelliarmus just the arms your opponent.
I
you
realized
use Avada Kedavra in that situation.
That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember it, so I just said one, and I was like, "That's not it. That's wrong."
False.
But I would just make up I just do that with stories, and it was a fun time. It's always good. I remember Ben specifically told me that's one of the funniest things I do, and it made me so happy.
The thing is, it's like I feel like the Chewbacca one just works the best out of all of them,
Yeah.
which is why that one always stands out to me.
The great thing is people always seem to forget. They always don't expect it when I do it somehow. And they don't catch on until a little bit in.
Yeah.
Which is always very fun. So I was like, I don't remember that scene. Chewbacca and Leia? What? Oh, Mice and Men. It's fun. It's a great time. Do that to people.
Yeah.
Ask them what their favorite scene from blank movie is, and then just frickin' do it yourself. Frickin' Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
It's a really good prank if you know someone who's read Of Mice and Men.
It is, yeah. They have to have read Of Mice and Men.
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Otherwise, they're just gonna... they will have no clue what's going on. There'll be no reveal, sadly, if they've not read it. Woo!
Bing bong.
Bing bong. How you doing?
I did not expect that to go that fast, so I'm fucking on fire.
Now I'm on fuck.
I'm on fuck. But like, I mean that I should just use a homer button.
That's good. Our school
like,
had to read it as well, which is why it works so well.
Yeah.
Do it. Sorry, go on. I interrupted.
But yeah, like after beating Gwen, I'm just like fucking. Look, I was so tired and dying in that whole Gwen fight, and then once I beat him, like, oh my god, I'm alive again. I feel so much energy.
You just felt the vigors.
And
You're
now,
like, let's go.
Now I'm just fucking trying to rush to the end of the game again.
Yeah.
It's almost time for the final boss.
Oh yeah.
Sif.
Sif.
Well, actually, technically, Stone Golem is the final boss.
Iron.
Iron Golem, not Stone Golem. There is no Stone Golem. It's only Iron Golem.
It's your fan boss.
My fan boss. It's just the Iron Golem, but made of stone.
It's his younger brother.
Same.
No, it's his older brother.
It's his older brother.
Yeah.
He wasn't as technologically advanced.
He would protect him when they'd go to school. He'd fight bullies off.
Yeah.
But then you kill him, and it's kind of sad. And that's why Iron Golem doesn't like you.
No,
killed his brother.
No, it was because you see, Iron Golem and Quelaag were in a room together, and Quelaag was like, "Oh yeah, my dress is so soft," and they had to put down the Stone Golem.
Mm-hmm. And Gwen was like, "Tell me about."
Oh fuck! I don't have a kick.
Shit.
I can't kick
How do
him.
we still have this?
How do we still have this egg?
That's crazy. I thought it would go away.
Oh, there we go. Oh no.
He's
That's
done.
fucking good.
Then
It's so
Gwen
hard to
was
do.
like, "Tell him about the hollows."
Tell me about the hollows.
Frickin'
Tell me about the hollows. Gwen.
Sunlight,
Tell me about the sunlight maggots, Gwen.
Yeah, tell me about sunlight maggots. What's the sunlight bolt? Electric. You get the idea.
Sunlight spear?
Yes, that's it. He uses that instead of a gun. You get the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun time. I was trying to think of something else. There was something I had related to that in my head. I was like, ooh, that'll be a fun thing to bring up in the way of jokes that I do sometimes. I'm sad it's gone. I'll remember it someday. It will be all the weird like nonsense jokes I do.
They come
with
back
my
at some
friends,
point.
They will surface. Oh boy. I have a question.
What?
How far do you think we're going to be able to get? Do you think we're going to be able to finish it?
If we can kill Quelaag in a timely manner, I'm not going to say first try because that will make it take a million years. If we can beat her in a timely fashion, I think we can beat this tonight.
Okay.
Because, like, Sif should be easy. It's a quick run, and then we just have to run through Sen's Fortress.
Okay. Okay.
And we're pretty much done.
I like it. So I have a question.
Yes.
What defines a timely fashion?
First try. But I didn't want to say first try.
That makes sense. I don't want to say first try either.
So I'm just coming down here expecting to have to do this run again, because I'm not going to rest up at the bonfire so that I can homeward bone out of here, so I don't have to walk up Blighttown. Because that takes a while.
Okay.
It's faster to go down Blighttown than it is to go up.
Makes sense.
Plus, I just had to do the Gwyn boss run like 50 times, so I'm fine with any boss run right now.
Yeah. This is a frickin' piece of cake.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Boob.
Knockers. Bazoingas. It's a lot of eyes on that spider. Jesus. I wonder how many colors it can see. Oh, wow. Imagine having, like, an eye
shit.
that could see each color. Like, your leftmost eye sees yellow. The, like, center right one sees blue. It'd be interesting. I don't know how it would actually work. It'd be cool.
Well, you just have to have your color receptors in one eye only have certain colors. Or only have, like, one type of color receptor in each eye.
Yeah. You know what I've always thought was an interesting idea? Like an eyeball type thing where it's like a band around your head that you just have a pupil that goes around. So you could look like here, you just have like a strip like this. That pupil could just like woo around wherever it wants to, like 360.
That would be cool, but you really don't need it if you have goat eyes.
An alien race could use it.
Yeah.
It could be like, I'm an alien. Look at my eye. Ooh, spins it around.
360. He's got a panoramic view of the world.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Bing bong. Homeward bone. So yeah, I beat her first try.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Melty blood extra skin current code. Oh.
The funny thing is, my best thoughts are when I'm sitting drying off from the shower, just trying to entertain myself. That's where I come up with thoughts like the nibbler. That's literally how that came. I was sitting with a towel over myself, and so I was just like in like the fetal position, and I was like, I feel like a goblin. I was just like making a funny voice. I'm the niffler, and I never tell a lie. And I just came up with that on the spot, just because I was like, I felt like a goblin the way I was sitting, just drying off and waiting it for myself to finally be able to leave the bathroom. It was that's how that spawned.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
All of my shower thoughts are just me arguing with people.
Mine is giving like a
thinking
speech.
of arguments for people. Or yeah, speeches also.
That's a lot of what I'm doing. I'm just like going on like a tirade or like a speech. Like, oh man, I'm so glad that I got to write a book and be Tom Kenlon.
Yeah.
The best man that ever existed. Too bad I'm not.
I don't need fucking health.
But I'm fine with that, you know. I'll just like have my goofy thoughts and imagine a better world.
Yeah.
One day I shall be the best man that ever existed. But for today, I'm fine. I'm so distracted. I'm just looking off in random directions.
Yeah. There's a lot of distractions in my room.
It wasn't even. I was just like sort of just looking up like there at your wall.
Yeah.
Not even at the stuff that you have on your desk. Just like, oh, there's a
my
wall
now
over there.
empty wall. Now I've taken down those it's just pure blue.
I've just completely lost
And
my
you put
head.
something on that fucking wall. It's totally empty now that I've taken down those pictures. But I hated those pictures, so I'm not putting them back up.
That makes sense. If you took them down, no reason to take them back up. You did take them down. Wow.
Yeah, I took down all the pictures because I was going to put the Monado 2 up there once I
Yeah.
finished it, and I still haven't gotten around to doing that.
Neat.
Neato is not a boss we're going to fight again,
Let's go.
thankfully. Don't have to deal with that again.
The big boy himself.
Don't have to beat to death the skeletons with a club.
Yeah.
A suboptimal weapon for beating to death skeletons. It doesn't have those wide swings that can just hit them. Is it true that thou art new?
Radicola.
Well, is it? Is it true?
What? I
That
lost.
thou art new?
Radicola. That was my answer.
Oh, okay. Fair answer.
I have a question. Have you ever just sat down and just cracked open a fresh can of Radicola?
Nah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Again, the best thoughts I have are when I'm just like bored sitting having to do nothing. When I'm like in a shower, it's like now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna think of something. It's when I'm like, okay, the shower's over. Now I'm just waiting for it to like actually end. I'm like, okay, now distract myself. And that's when I come up with just dumb nonsense.
Alright, why am I even trying to get the Hornet Ring? I don't need it. Just run straight ahead. Wolf.
I feel like I established that thought, but just it popped
Oh,
back
that
into
is
my
not a
head
lot of
and wanted to
damage.
say it again. It isn't.
It's okay, this is an easy boss. With an overhead swing especially.
It's a good animal.
It is a good animal.
I love this animal. I'm sad it has to die. I've always been sad it has to die.
I'm sure most people agree with that.
I wish it had to die less, honestly.
Penalty Blood Ashes again, current code.
That's not allowed on the stream. It's only Wednesdays.
Only Wednesdays.
It's cursed. Your person just made a noise.
Yeah, because it got stepped on.
I feel like your person hasn't made a noise ever. I don't know why it just stood out so much to me.
Come on. Please don't.
Freaking coward.
God. Jeez, that was scary. Fucking stepped on me.
Ooh.
Limping Sith attacks are way scarier to me than the normal attacks, just because they're so weird. I feel like I can never dodge them properly, so I'm just like kill.
Kill. Oh boy, we're right here, frickin' Zen Fortress.
Sends freaking fortress.
Nice.
I planned it all perfectly.
You should have put that into strength so you can one hand.
It wouldn't have mattered. I need 32 strength.
How much strength? Oh, you don't.
I have 27. Oh, motherfucker. Now.
That is a Gravelord Serpent, and I was like, whoa. Snakes.
Alright, let's make this a quick Sens Fortress.
Go,
Please.
go. With haste.
Make haste or make pace.
With haste from Russia. I don't know why
Ow.
I'm so like antsy and like I'm like, is he gonna do it? Or is it gonna work? That I'm just not even like thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I can't handle
At this
nothing.
point, I'm just like, I need to go. I need to finish this. I'm so close. This is
just
the
like,
end.
It's within our grasps, and I can't think of anything else. And it's a problem. That man, well, that snake, man,
Snake man.
had it coming.
Sneeple.
Sneeple,
Snake person.
snake person. He, she.
You don't want to assume they're snake.
He, she, snake. My pronouns are snake.
Okay, good. I don't think I did that correctly, but it was somehow more optimal than the correct way of doing that.
Hey, snake you too, buddy.
You ever just snake?
Oh, why snake you? I'm just smurfing it. I'm just instead of saying certain words.
Smurfing? What?
We know how you'll just say like, oh, I'm doing Smurfy. I'm just like, I'm doing snake. I just realized that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's exactly what the sticks to snake.
Snakes.
The snake romancer would do.
A snake romancer.
Snake romancer.
Yeah.
I like snake romancer better than snake romancer personally.
I like snake romancer because it sounds sillier.
It's sillier, but I just prefer snake romancer.
Snake romancer sounds more professional.
Yeah.
I want the snake romancer to be like a loon.
No, a snake romancer named the snake romancer.
Ooh. We're getting somewhere now. Now you're playing with frickin' cannolis. I don't know what that means, but cannolis taste good, which is why I went for them.
Hopefully I can beat this in one try.
Yeah.
I won't, now that I've said that.
Hopefully in a timely fashion.
In a timely fashion.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to run all the way up through Sands Fortress again because I forgot to get the key, and I don't feel like going and getting it.
We don't need keys where we're going.
Where we're going, we don't need keys.
We're going up.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Lag, why? Why's there been so much lag this stream?
I don't know. It's been really like aggressive, just at very like fixed occasions, not like calmly, just.
And for very strange occasions, like times I feel like we shouldn't be getting lag.
Yeah. Well, at least it's calmed.
Chonk.
Chonk. Come on.
It's time to give him the ghoulies.
Frick. Take the ghoulies and in twain. Destroy
What how shiny
him.
he looks in remastered.
I like him. He's a good dude. He's gonna stomp you. Oh, he's gonna stomp you.
Oh my god, he fucking stepped on me.
Oh. Why is he have blood?
It's a good question.
Oh, also, going off of me just going, whoa, I realized one thing with last stream, I was just, the majority of the things I said were me screaming. It was me being like, I just do stuff like that. Cause I just
You just made Wilner noises.
I just realized I was so aggressive with that last stream. I barely said words. It was always me just panicking and saying a goofy noise. It's not much of a... Nothing too crazy or nothing too out of the ordinary for me, I guess. But I just noticed that when I was watching it back. It was a good stream, though, overall. I'm very happy with it.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. Sad to see young Daniel be gone.
Be dead.
But, you know, hopefully he'll
He's
become
no longer
alive.
with us. One day he will return from the astral plane.
One day he won't be perished.
One day he will be an unperishable.
Yeah. Foodstuffs.
One day he will just be in a can, and we'll have him just on the desk
They'll be like,
as a prop.
they'll be
Similar
like,
to
hey, do you have Prince Albert in a can? We'll say, no, we have Daniel in a can.
Daniel in a canyon.
We'll hang up on them because we don't have what they were calling about.
Yeah.
It'll be like a reverse prank call. Where we prank the people who call us. But they weren't calling about. They weren't prank calling. Because, you know, if a hacker calls and you prank them, then it's cool. That's fine. That's not like a reverse prank call. If a prank caller calls you prank them, it's not a reverse prank call. You know, it's just, if someone calls you, tries to have a nice conversation, and then you prank call them in reverse, then it's good. That's the stuff. I'm trying to process what that means at this point. And if I had any idea of what it meant, I've lost it. I'll be honest. For a second, it made sense in my head. It's all gone.
I now randomly have Crocodile Rock stuck in my head.
Something about Crocodile Rock.
I just...
What is that? What are you talking about?
It's an Elton John song.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I've never heard it before, or of
Really?
it before in my life. I might have heard it and just didn't know it was Elton John or anything, but I don't know it by name, especially. What's it about?
It's about the Crocodile Rock. It's not about any... It's not even slightly about crocodiles. He just says Crocodile Rock like 20 times.
Is it about Iraq? Iraq?
I don't know. I need to like see the lyrics again to know what it's about exactly. But it's definitely not about crocodiles.
Is it about alligators? Or caiman?
No.
Fair enough. I have a question. Do you think the Cumans ever used cumin spice on their food?
No.
Do you think the Crimean Tartars ever used tartar sauce?
No.
I don't think they actually did, I'll be honest. I think it was the French who made tartar sauce. Out of dead
Just like
tartars.
it was the Belgians who made French fries.
They did, didn't they?
Like, people don't make their own foods, god damn it.
That is weird.
Oh god!
Ooh. Let's go.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I want those souls back so I can actually buy the fucking boss weapon.
I want them back as well.
I don't know why that's such a satisfying sound to make. Not to hear, definitely.
I was gonna
make.
say, it's such a shame. Good luck. That's a very well rated.
It is very well rated. It's got an entire serpent on it.
Yeah.
Good luck. Just good luck.
21,000.
It's just in Orlando. Why are you saying good luck?
21,000. It's a meme now.
Meme.
Oh, so, if I remember correctly, we only had 3 boss weapons to...
We had 2.
We had 2. Oh, really?
From Gwyn's Soul and Sif's Soul.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man. This is magical.
We're so close.
Yeah.
I swear, if we get there, we make the weapons, and then we're missing, like, one fucking thing, I'm gonna be...
so sad.
I will actually just turn off the stream.
I don't think anyone would be opposed. Oh, okay. Then.
Please? Thank you.
You were impaled for a second, but it's all fine.
It's okay, he
There
killed
goes that
himself
one.
as retribution for his wasting of my time. My precious time that I could be spending on making boss weapons.
If I can't kill you, then you can't kill me.
Did somebody say boss
Then
weapons?
he jumps off the cliff.
Ow! You fucking piece of shit!
You nonce.
You fucking bollocks!
Goblin.
You fucking goblin.
Fucking goblin.
You what, you fucker? Tom, have you seen the any of the videos about this guy that walks across Wales in a straight
Nope.
line?
No, I have not.
I need to send you this series.
How can you walk across Wales in a straight line?
You'll have to see.
How's there a straight line that exists in Wales?
There isn't. That's the whole point of the series.
Oh. Is he trying to invent a straight line through Wales to walk?
No, he just wants to walk in a straight line across Wales. And, you know, you gotta see him do it.
Oh. Well then, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very interesting. It's like 5 parts long. They're all like a half hour, I think. Somewhere around that.
So it's a Netflix miniseries.
It's a Netflix miniseries of a man walking across an entire country in a straight line.
Wales is a country, isn't it?
It is a country.
Oh, that pissed me off so much when we were watching that one anime. They talked about Cornwall like they even fucking knew what Cornwall was. They don't fucking have a clue.
It's getting a second season too.
Cornwall should be considered a country, I'll be honest.
There was apparently also like a movie
I'm so angry.
or something for that.
Corn.
Why am I? Oh, you're getting the Discord
I am.
notifications. I
I
was
don't
like,
know how my
what?
phone got turned on.
I shouldn't be getting those.
I don't know how my phone went off of silent at some point, but it did. It was on silent when I started. That's one thing that annoys me when I have it in my pocket. Sometimes just get, like, I guess, caught on the fabric and just turn it on again.
All right, don't lightning me, please. Thank you.
Because I'm a very, very aggressive person about my phone is on silent if I'm in a car, if I'm at work or anything like that. I'm always super, like, you know, studious about it, you know, courteous about it. There we go.
Yes, please and thank you.
I'm always super about that. So when it just turns itself on, I get very upset and very angry, even though I just realized it's not really that big of a problem for most people. They probably don't put their phone on silent as much as I do. I'm just all about it for some reason. And sometimes the problem is sometimes I forget to turn it off. And then people want to talk to me, and I don't know. But that's not often. Luckily. I have no such burdens. Let's go. This is magical. I just don't even want to talk. I just want to see it happen. I just want to see it happen. I want it to be over.
Just want it
So
to be
close.
Great Lord, great sword.
Great Lord, great sword.
Great shield of Artorias.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. This is mad. This is great. I'm so happy. We did it. Coming soon. What up, yo? We love you.
Goodbye.